Good afternoon, traders. How are y'all doing today? Happy Wednesday. Hope your day is going well. It's not going well in the market today, that is for sure. Oh, we're definitely going to cover that in a minute. David, good to see you. Peter, good evening to you, my friend. Jean-Louis, David asks, is anybody doing any trading? Nothing looks good in my book except some liquid scalping of futures the past few days. Dude, right now is definitely the time to be sitting on cash. Of course, that's exactly what I'm doing, and you know my reasons why, and we cover that every single day, right? It's not an accident that I'm out of the market on really ugly days like this. So we'll jump into that and more here in the market analysis. Oh, wait, no, I forgot about the news. Have you guys seen the news lately? I wanted to share with you the news on Tesla. Goodness gravy gracious. Tesla's getting absolutely monkey hammered today. And they covered this story earlier on CNBC.
What did you think of what you saw and you heard from the call and also from the report? Did it change your price target or your rating on Tesla?
Yeah, no question. It was a disappointing earnings release. They missed by 10 cents. And
dude, missing on by 10 cents on Tesla stock. What is Tesla stock at the moment? Oh, $218. Missing by 10 cents didn't seem like it's that big a deal.
It's the fourth straight quarter that they've missed. So,
fourth straight quarter. Now, let me preface this by saying I am a Tesla fanboy. I'm a Tesla owner. So there's a lot to go wrong when Tesla stock is down 11% today.
In the aftermath of the earnings release, we've actually downgraded the stock from a buy to a hold. Our 12-month price target is now $240. And
there's those price targets again. I don't understand why anybody gives price targets. Like, what does that do? It does nothing. It emotionally binds you to a point that in a day like today, when it's down 11%, it was 245 yesterday. So you're telling me that yesterday it was at your price target, but it's not today. So it's a whole like who, what? Clearly, I am not smart enough to understand what these people are saying.
The stock has really had a impressive rebound since their last earnings release in April. The stock was up almost 70%. And so, in light of that, and also what we think is a lack of near-term catalysts here with Robotaxi Day having been delayed a couple months until October.
By the way, everything Tesla does gets delayed, right? Max asks, why not trading puts? Dude, I will absolutely trade puts. I'm just not there yet, right? It's getting close though. My objective here is I want to see 10 under 20 price under the 50, and I cannot believe we kissed the 50 that fast. We'll come back to that in a minute.
There's really not much in the way of near-term developments, we don't think, in the story. And so we felt it was appropriate to move to a hold, and we will revisit that rating in October.
We're going to get to the road ahead for Tesla in just a minute. I'm going to use that pun one more time. But Garrett, on a serious note, our data team working overtime. I want to show you a chart when it looks at the gross auto margin for Tesla. The slide that we've seen in gross auto margin, how concerning is that if you're a Tesla investor? I mean, really margin, that's really where they have the advantage over other automakers.
It is.
Let's take a look at this chart. So gross deliveries are declining, which makes sense to me because the market is becoming more and more saturated. So that doesn't scare me off too much. Gross margins X regulatory credits. So you're telling me margins are improving? Like, that's okay to me. Especially that makes, as an investor, if my deliveries are going down, but my margins are going up, I see nothing wrong with that. But I do got to say, it's really all in the infrastructure, right? It's all down to the infrastructure. Like I said, this weekend, I'm going to be out on a guy's trip. And the place where we're going does not have a supercharger. There is one that's being built, and it seems to have been delayed when Tesla laid off all their supercharger team. And surely it's going to be finished at some point. But like, I'm looking at it like, this is really frustrating. I could have driven my car there if that charger were open, but I'm not going to be taking my car there for that reason. So take it from a Tesla owner. It could be better. It absolutely could be better.
Is concerning, and it's a reflection of EV pricing that has come down so much over the past year and a half, and also the recent launch of the Cybertruck. Anytime you launch
by the way, where I live, a decently affluent part of Texas, there are Cybertrucks starting to be all over the place. I finally saw 2 Cybertrucks passing each other the other day, so that was exciting for me and my kids. Right, we went by the Tesla delivery place where I picked up my car. They had 18 Cybertrucks, and that was so cool. We were just running around checking out all the Cybertrucks. Like, I just think they're the coolest things on four wheels.
A new model, especially a kind of a niche product like the Cybertruck that's more difficult to mass produce than.
And then this chart says the deliveries are like recently consistent: 422, 466, 435, 484, 386, 443. I mean, this one is the highest it's been in 6 months or so.
Say the Model 3 or the Model Y, that's really going to weigh on margins overall. And so, they indicate on the call they haven't yet hit the point of profitability on the Cybertruck. They're continuing to ramp that up, and so that's really weighed on margins. But long term, we still like the story. We think there's significant margin expansion potential over time as they sell more full self-driving subscriptions and as they continue to improve their product there. And so,
I've mentioned this before. I am not a fan of full self-driving. I had it for a 30-day trial, and there were 2 times where it did things that I was not comfortable with being in the car with me and my family, and I was like, I'm done with this. I'm never doing it again.
Importantly, software sales are extremely high margin.
However, basic autopilot, like the free version, is tremendous. I use that 90% of the time.
Unlike auto manufacturing, which is very low margin business. And so over time, that's going to be accretive to their margins.
So I want to go back to those Elon Musk comments we played at the very top. He basically said, if you're a short-term shareholder, Tesla's not the stock for you. It sounds like you actually agree. I mean, coming up, and you said there's no near-term catalyst, but what about long-term? Coming up, robotaxi event on October the 10th. Supposedly the less expensive Tesla, the $25,000 Tesla possibly in the first half of 2025. And then Optimus, a humanoid robot for external use in 2026. Do you think those are long-term catalysts for this stock? And does Elon Musk have a point? If you're a Tesla shareholder, you have to give it some more time.
We agree, actually. You really look at the near term and the intermediate term. I'm talking looking out 2 to 3 years. There's just not a lot of clarity right now as far as earnings growth, and you're actually seeing estimates come down, not increasing. And so, until we get more clarity on what the intermediate term looks like, we think it's a hold. We think you're going to get that, come October 10th. But right now, Tesla is a story stock. It really relies on a steady stream of positive catalysts, hope for the future. Elon Musk has talked at length about what they're doing in robotics, AI, the robotaxi, energy storage. But a lot of these are really long-term drivers. And we believe in the story longer term, but there's just not a lot of visibility looking into the near term or the intermediate term.
So Garrett, we got to go, but very quickly, you said it ran up just too far, too fast. It's pulled back quite a bit right now, trading at about 228. Do you think this is a good level for Tesla, or is it still, after that run up, is it still elevated?
So where the stock is trading pre-market, there's some upside to our target of $240, but we think it's a hold here.
Again, the idea of the price targets makes no sense to me, because so as of yesterday, it was at your target. Does that mean you sell? Right? Because it was there yesterday, but today it's not. Give me a break. These price targets drive me crazy. Brian's here. Brian says, just because it's going down doesn't mean it will ever turn around. Exactly. That's trend trading in a nutshell, right? Ride it for as long as it lasts, and as soon as it turns around, get out of the way, right? They're telling you that they are guessing. I've mentioned this before. I've done these interviews, right? Basically, you just give your opinion, and you could be completely right or you could be completely wrong. And it doesn't matter because everybody forgets about the next segment anyway. Brian says, saturated market, supply and demand. Energy credits are going away. Dude, I'm glad I had that energy credit, but I mean, that's definitely one of the big attractive factors and why Teslas can actually be really affordable, beyond the fact that just driving it around is crazy affordable. I mean, it costs like $8 to refuel my car empty to full, and as a city car, as driving around the city, it's awesome, right? You just come home, plug it in, good to go every day. Sebastian's here. With Biden leaving, don't hold your breath on infrastructure. If they provide targets, it gives analysts something to compare with. Yeah, I don't know. I compare with OVTLYR's data right here. In fact, let's go to Tesla real quick inside of OVTLYR. I know this is a good one here, but what I want to show is the sell signal that came, because this was maybe better than the Boeing sell signal before all the doors started blowing off at Boeing. This may be better than that one. So we got a sell signal on July 17th, which is here. Now, the previous buy and sell signal came from June 17th to July 17th. So June 17th is here. In this time frame, Tesla went from, let's call it 187 over to let's call it 250, right? So a 32% gain just on Tesla, just on that one buy and sell signal. And then the bottom dropped out, right? The bottom dropped out from here down to here, down 12% in 5 days. And outlier got you out right at the top. That's why I'm such a huge advocate of outliers, because you can see right here on the chart just how well these signals work. Isn't that awesome? So if you were following Tesla, I definitely would have followed that sell signal to get out, but I'm not ready to start going short just yet, because we are still in a long-term uptrend, right? There's a 50-day right there. So it is still technically above the 50-day moving average, still technically in an uptrend. Now, let's take a look at the rest of the market and our market analysis. All right, welcome to the OVTLYR Trading Room. This is smart trading made simple. Save time, make money, start winning with less risk. And today we're going to be doing what I like to call profit hacking. If you don't have a copy of the profit hacking playbook, be sure to go get one at profithackingplaybook.com, or it's in the VIP Investors Toolkit in the members area on the Discord. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christopher Uhl. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I've been successfully trading since 2009. I'm a partner with OVTLYR, and this is my style of trading using OVTLYR. We're going to be using the golden ticket trading strategy, which is the 8 steps to turn profit hacking into pure gold. Now, the master key to this is the SPY having a buy signal, the S&P 500 buy signal, the market breadth moving in the same direction as the buy signal, and the sector breadth also doing the same thing when we get to those individual stocks. So let's go take a look right now at the SPY. We do see the 10 is over the 20, price is under the 50. This is brutal. Right? This is brutal. This is why when it closed under, well, we got out right before the close under. It was on this date, the 18th. I said, get out of everything. You will remember that. You can go back to the live stream on that day and see me say that. This is why. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to see when things get weak, you get out. You pull right out, right? That doesn't mean you start going short just yet. That means you get out of the way because there's some volatility coming through. Definitely don't want to be in that mix. We do have a buy signal on the SPY. I would assume that that's going to be changing in the very near future. And whenever I see, we actually got a sell signal on the Qs a while ago, actually. It says on June 26th, and the Qs are down 3.5 percentage points today. June 26th was here. Look at that. From here to here, it's down about 3.5%. So it may not have caught the absolute top, but it definitely got you out before it started to go down. Hey, Jorn, good to see you. So yeah, right now, I'm not going to be trading anything whatsoever because the market doesn't know which direction it's going. But right now, it definitely looks like down is the primary direction. And if we look at the market breadth, this is what kept us out of the market just yesterday. In fact, we were talking and I said, look, the market breadth has crested. The number of stocks with buy signals has actually crested and is starting to come back down. And this is a perfect example as to why when you see the market breadth go to extreme levels, under 25% or over 25 or over 75%, start looking for reversals. That's exactly what we got here. The market is very cyclical, and the breadth right here can really light that fire. So where you can see, hey, you know what? I think something may be starting to turn around. Maybe it's time to start taking risk off the table. So quite an interesting day when the market is down 2.2%. The Qs are down 3.5%. What does this look like on weekly candles? This is probably brutal. Yeah, look at that. Those big red weekly candles here. So where are we going to get a bounce? I don't know. And I don't know if we will get a bounce, but we might around this area here. So I'm not going to be making any trades today because I don't see all of the market conditions lining up for going in, for putting risk on. And for the question as far as like, when are you going to start buying puts? It's going to be when the market's trending down, when we've got sell signals, and when we've got the market breadth and sector breadth also pointing down, which, you know what? It's very possible that could be tomorrow if everything lines up. So that's going to be it for today. Remember, I will be out on Friday. If we do start taking trades, I'll be sure to update you in the Discord, even if I'm out on the road. So that's going to cover everything in today's OVTLYR Trading Room. Don't be putting your money at risk right now. Not at all. But maybe in the near future, we might find some opportunities. So thank you all so much for coming. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Talk soon.